Hi, my name's Doug Placzynski. I'm the Executive Director at the Triangle West Transportation Planning Organization. So we recently rebranded from the Durham, Chapel Hill, Carrboro Metropolitan Planning Organization to the Triangle West Transportation Planning Organization. The old name describes 3 of our 7 members and doesn't really explain what it is we do very clearly. We were able to redefine and include all of our members across the western part of North Carolina's Research Triangle region and state more clearly that we are a transportation planning organization. We focus on how people and goods move.
My name is Javiera Caballero and I'm a Durham City Council member. Yeah, so how do I ensure my decision making is aligning with what the region needs? Well, a lot of it is around transit and also land use. I would think as a council member, and this is the thing that folks don't necessarily realize when they're going to either become a city council member or a town council member, is how many rezoning cases you're going to do. A huge percentage of your job is around land use policy, and transit and land use, they have to be aligned if you really want to make the best decisions for your region.
My name is Karen Howard and I am Chair of the Chatham County Board of Commissioners and Chair of Triangle West Transportation Organization. As Chair of Triangle West, I am the person responsible for running the meetings. I also stay in touch with Doug Placzynski and stay on top of the issues and questions that are coming into the transportation organization.
Our goals were less defined than we wanted them to be. We needed to better articulate and explain how we were helping people move and improving transportation options for all of the people in our communities and making them safer.
For me, it's basically trying to really grapple with the growth that we know we're getting and to be really smart about our land use policies. And so in Durham, we've created transit opportunity areas, so it sets up the density to really think about how transit's going to be able to operate in that region of the city. For Durham to succeed, Raleigh needs to succeed. I know that for Durham to succeed, Chapel Hill needs to succeed. I think that we have to work regionally because so many residents across the Triangle, they work or they live in different communities they live in Durham, work in Raleigh, live in Raleigh, work in Durham.
The most constructive thing I think that I do with the information I get from our constituents is convey that very quickly to staff. The elected officials are not experts in anything that we weren't experts in before we became elected, and I am not an expert in transportation planning, but I do know that we have expert staff that understands not just what it is that is frustrating to drivers or the things that they see they believe need addressing, but how to do it in a way that doesn't create additional problems, how to do it in a way that meets the standards of today.
We want to be known nationally as a place that has great staff and helps our communities work together and find innovative solutions to problems. Transportation planning means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For us, we're taking a look at the problems and conditions we know we have today, be it traffic, be it serious traffic crashes, be it lack of bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure, be it the need to invest in more mass transit vehicles. And we take a look at our population and how it's growing and how it's changing, and then we look out 20 to 30 years and try to create a vision of what our transportation system needs to look like.
How are we ensuring the quality of life for all residents across the Triangle, and working across different governments and jurisdictions is critical to being a good council member. So
some of the strategic priorities for our organization include Vision Zero, reducing the number of fatal and serious injury traffic crashes to 0. We want to stabilize the amount of distance that people have to travel rather than having to commute long distances to get to the doctor or go to work or go to school.
People want to make things like transit ideological or political, and it's not. To me, it's always about quality of life. So if I think about somebody who is on I-40, I-40 is busy all the time, what's their quality of life like, and could we provide an alternative that is much more relaxing, where they're able to utilize the time that they would be commuting doing something else. And so for me, transit is just, smart decision making. I hope to leave behind just a really successful vision and implementation about how we're going to do transit across the Triangle differently.
I would love to see a Northern Chatham and a region around this Transportation West planning organization that has not so significantly changed that it's unrecognizable. I want to look back at the Chatham of today in 20 years and say, it still looks like home. this is still the place that I represented and fought to preserve a quality of life in, and I think we've done a good job.